All right, what's good, everybody? Bad Dog, Fist Vicious. We in here turning up your Friday nights. So,
Hold on. Before you
is that an ad? Oh my gosh, that's an ad,
So what is that?
bro. Because I have like a dummy account that I pay for YouTube Premium on that I put on my TVs and everything.
Right.
So I haven't seen a YouTube ad in like 8 months. Yeah, it kind of scared me for a second. It's been a minute since I've seen a YouTube ad. Oh man, well at least I know I'm gonna get paid for this stream. That's great. But
It's good stuff. Remember, supporting Big Fisk is supporting small business, baby.
you damn right. All right, support your local small businesses, a la me. All right. Now, the purpose of this stream is to not only catch up with Bad Dog, you know what I'm saying, my favorite person to collab with, but also we got just 3 things I want to touch on, Bad Dog, because we got 45, 50 minutes for this.
Yeah. Fisk and I are gonna hook up again when I got a little bit more time, but because we got to do more stuff together.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my camera, I'm relaunching my mental health channel at the top of November. So my camera's gonna be pretty much be back on permanently then. So once my camera's on, you know, so I really want to rock and roll with you more.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, the thumbnail Fisk era is kind of played out, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But so the 3 things I want to talk to you about, Bad Dog, is number 1, obviously Jaxson Dart, obviously. Number 2, I wanted to talk about Indiana Jones. That shit. And number 3, I wanted to talk to you about Giants. How do I say this? The disrespect that we get, not because we got to touch on the Bob Papa Carl Banks thing, because that the disrespect that Papa was showing towards, even though he disrespected, it was Bobby Skinner. Bobby Skinner is a representation of all of us, because if he feels that way about Bobby, he feels that way about us too.
Yeah, I think Bobby's like one of the best to do it. So absolutely.
Yeah, he's the only content creator I'll actually watch a film breakdown from.
Same, you know? Same here, man. Because he knows what he's talking about. He knows the shit. He's a smart guy, and he's played the position. So I agree with you.
So those are the 3 things we're gonna touch on. But the first thing we're gonna do is okay. Now, the Jaxson Dart thing. So here's my thing, Bad Dog, right? Here's how I look at it. We just survived Daniel Jones, right?
Yep.
And I was like the dude's like biggest fan. Like I
remember.
You know, and so a lot of what's going on with me right now is I'm trying to not jump all in on the Jaxson Dart bandwagon, just off the simple fact that I got burned with Danny. I don't give a damn what he's doing in Indiana. We're going to get that in a second. I got burned with Danny, right? So I'm taking a little bit more of an objective route with the Jaxson Dart situation, and I just feel like this, Bad Dog, and I said it when we drafted him. I don't watch a lot of college football. I only played 1 year. I played 2 years of high school football. That's the only football I played. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. Only thing I know, Bad Dog, is if the system don't fit the guy, it doesn't matter where he goes. If the coach doesn't like him, it doesn't matter where he goes, right?
Right.
So if Brian Dable has basically adopted this kid as his 3rd son, and he loves him, and this is his handpicked guy for his system, I think it should work. I have no other analysis other than the fact that our head coach, who was an offensive coordinator, handpicked his guy. Good job, Joseph. Remember the draft room when he was just patting Joe Shane on the back? He said, "Good job, Joseph."
Oh, he loved it. Yeah.
All my expectations on Dart is based on my head coach having a boner for the kid. That's all I got. I have nothing else, Bad Dog, because when you watch the highlights, they all look good. I ain't never seen a dude look trash on his highlight reel.
They're not going to show trash in the highlights.
Yeah. So that's all I got, bro. Like, what do you got? That's all I got. I didn't watch him play. I don't know if he's good. All I know is my head coach is in love with him. That's all I know.
So I do watch college football, especially the SEC, especially now that Oklahoma's in the SEC. I used to watch a Big 12 because of Oklahoma. Big 12 is a garbage conference. Oklahoma going to the SEC now, it's really all I pay attention to because the best teams are there, the best rivalries are there. I was glad Texas moved over with Oklahoma because obviously they have the Red River Shootout every year. So I was glad they moved together. But as far as Dart goes, I wouldn't say I was kind of indifferent on him, man. I wouldn't say I was like over the moon, but I didn't hate him either. I would have been mad if they took him third overall. I'd have been pissed if they took any quarterback outside of Cameron Ward third overall. I didn't want Sanders third overall. I didn't want Dart third overall. I know the Giants like Tyler Shuck, and I couldn't understand why anybody liked Tyler Shuck out of nowhere. The guy never played. He went to a small school. Like I was like, what? I don't understand it. And he looked terrible in preseason. Not that that matters. My thing with Dart is this. I worry, especially this will kind of lead us into our next point with Daniel Jones. I worry that Dable is just not the guy. I don't care how much Dable likes this kid.
You're not a Dable guy?
What?
You're not a Dable guy?
I was for years until this year. This year, I kind of fell off. This year, I just don't believe in him, man. I can't believe in this guy. These play calls in the red zone are ridiculous. These players don't live up to their potential. Like they're not coached. They don't have a game plan around these guys' strengths. Shane Bowen's defensive scheme sucks. Like, why are we not rushing these guys all the time? They should be bringing a ton of pressure with Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence. There's no reason not to bring pressure. Why are you playing soft zone? Why are you playing Abdul Carter as a spy against Jaden Daniels? I don't understand this. Why are you playing zone coverage when we have press corners? And I feel like Dable does that to players. I don't feel like Dable's system fits these guys. My hope is because Dable did choose this guy, he feels that he can execute what Dable wants to do. Russell Wilson, I love Russ. Russ is one of my favorites of all time, but he don't throw over the middle of the field. And I think that gets rid of a lot of plays that you can run in the middle of the field because he's only 5'10" or 5'11", whatever he is. And he's past his prime. So I'm hoping Jaxson Dart gives him everything in the playbook available. He throws over the middle. He throws the ball deep. We saw it to little Jordan Humphrey. He's mobile. He's smart. He has a lot of moxie. I feel like he's confident. I worry about the offensive line protecting him. I feel like Dart has a really strong IQ. Like I feel like he's football smart. I have faith that Dart has talent. I worry about the coaching getting the most out of that talent because, dude, for years, you know this, I was up and down on Daniel Jones a lot. And I always thought Daniel Jones had the physical skills to be successful, but his mental game, I was worried about it. And you watch the way Dable treated him, and there's no wonder that Daniel Jones kind of failed here. And the Giants team around Daniel Jones really isn't any good. Jaxson Dart don't really have neighbors, but he don't really have a lot outside of neighbors. Our wide receiving core is paper thin outside of neighbors. So I don't know, man. I'm hopeful, but I'm not expecting a lot. Like I'm going to give Dart some time. If he has a bad game against the Chargers, who have one of the best defenses in the league, I'm not going to sit here and kill the kid. I want to give him a year, but like you, I'm not going to hype him up. Like I'm just going to go with low expectations and hope he exceeds them.
Okay. Now you triggered me. All right. So all right. Let me get my expectations for Dart before I go in on what Baddog just said. Okay. So I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all. Yeah. I have a rule with quarterbacks. All right, Baddog. Here's my rule with quarterbacks. I have no opinion on you until year 3. All right. Just off the simple fact that every quarterback worth a damn is normally going to do good his rookie year, right?
Yep. No film.
Even Daniel Jones, what was he? 24-12 his rookie year, right?
Yep.
The second year, I expect him to be ass. Look at CJ Stroud. Look at Jordan Love. Like, unless you're Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, you're normally ass your second year. We can agree with that, right?
Yeah, leagues make adjustments. That's why. They just get film on you, they make adjustments.
So, exactly. So, we're not going to really know who Jaxson Dart is till year 3, right? Agreed. We can agree on that. We're not going to really know who he really is until year 3, right?
Agreed.
I know that's pouring. I know I'm being a Debbie Downer pouring salt on the excitement, but I'm not going to have a solid opinion on this kid until like year 3, all right? But as far as the rest of his rookie year goes, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. If this kid is good, he's got more than enough weapons to make some noise. Listen, I can't predict a lot of wins right now because he is a rookie. But at the end of the day, bro, he's got a top 3 receiver in the league. You don't need much more than that.
No,
He's got an all-pro left tackle, top 3 receiver. Wandale, Russell Wilson, he resurrected Wandale. I didn't even know Wandale could get behind defenses.
Yeah, he did. Anybody gets behind Dallas's defense, though.
Yeah, that's the truth. He caught one versus KC too.
Yes,
so
he did.
Shout out. So like now that Wandale is serviceable, Slayton, he good for like 2 games a season. So and then we got Scatterboo. This
I love
offense
him. I love
we
him.
have more than enough for him to be successful as a rookie. You feel me?
Yep.
So as far as Jaxson Dart goes, listen, I fully expect him to throw about like 20 touchdowns, probably like 10 picks, 400 rushing yards. I think he's gonna be solid. I'm not predicting greatness like I did with Danny, but I don't think he's trash. I like. Did you see the story about him calling Dable in the middle of the night to work on the red
yes,
zone?
about the red zone offense. I did.
If it wasn't for Daniel Jones, I would be all in on this kid because everything about this kid screams he's going to be a star. He feel like, okay, so let's just get to it because I can't talk about this without talking about Daniel Jones. All right. And shout out to Brandon H. Remember, supporting big fists is supporting small businesses. Yes, Chiefs fans are allowed here. Let me get these super chats out the way real quick. Yep. Shout out to the fuck is that? Shout out to Rosario.
Najee.
Najee. All right, shout out to Najee Rosario. Do you think Ravens would take a big step back? No, the division's trash. They'll be fine. Their division's trash. I don't give a damn about
the Bengals having a bad quarterback. So yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about the Ravens till January, to be honest with you.
Right.
Straight up. Shout out to Zach. He says, Fisk, I sent you a link on Twitter and Instagram. All right, I'll check it out when the stream is over. Shout out to Brandon. Chiefs fans are loud. Shout out to Chiefs Kingdom. Y'all are loud. Y'all beat the Eagles for me 2 years ago. I will always love y'all for that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And shout out to Brandon H. He says, if Dart sucks this year, that's a reflection of the coaching or the scheme. He should at least make us 500. Okay. I don't think our coaching is bad. Even Shane Bowen, too. As much as I hate Shane Bowen, this pass rush, bro. There's a lot of teams. The Eagles don't blitz. Vic Fangio doesn't blitz. But the Eagles, they hit home. They have a pass rush. Listen, I hate Shane Bowen. I miss Wink. I'm not defending Bowen. What I'm doing is criticizing our soft-ass pass rush. Because for as soft as Shane Bowen's zones are, bro, we got a lot of money on that defensive line. They should be hitting home. Press coverage or no press coverage.
They need a tackle. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, like so, because I'm saying, like, come on, bro. Like, the Eagles are in our division. They don't blitz. Vic Fangio does not blitz. Mm-hmm. But he murdered Mahomes in the Super Bowl. We didn't blitz Tom Brady in the second Super Bowl. Even in the first one, we didn't blitz that team. Our front four got home. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't fool Giants fans. We're raised on front four. Baddog, you older than me, respectfully. You just hit 50. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, sir.
So you saw the LT pass rush. I've only seen the straight hand pass rush, but like as a Giants fan, we know what pass rush look like. Mm-hmm. This ain't pass rush. These are coverage sacks. The difference between a actual pass rush and a coverage sack is simply this. When Brian Burns has 3 sacks, he has 3 sacks because eventually he shed the block and get there. Am I right? Am I right or wrong, Baddog?
No, he gets there.
He gets there, but how often are you seeing the quarterback sweat versus the Giants?
No, they don't usually sweat against the Giants.
Yes. So what I mean is like those are more like coverage sacks, right? What you saw in the Super Bowl with the Eagles, those are pressure sacks. They was on Mahomes' ass. Those are pressure sacks. What the Giants get is, oh shit, I have nobody to throw to. Damn, Brian Burns just finally beat the tackle. We got a sack. That's got to stop. But anyway, I digress. Okay, Baddog, this is what I want to get to. All right, this fucking bum out there in Indiana. Okay, this fucking guy. All right, understand something. Baddog, you're a Yankee fan, right?
I am.
Baddog, you're a Knicks fan, right?
I am.
Lifelong New Yorker, right?
Correct.
Let me tell you what's wrong with the fake chosen one, the one who did not fall from the sky. Let me tell you what's wrong with this little motherfucker right here. Let me tell you what's wrong. He's soft. At the end of the day, the reason why Daniel Jones is playing well in Indiana right now is because he's not in New York. He can't handle the lights. He's no different than Julius Randle's sorry ass going to Minnesota, average of 20 and 10 in the playoffs. He's no different than Sam Darnold having to go all the way to Minnesota to learn how to play football. He's no different than A-Rod being a megastar in Texas, coming to New York and folding in the playoffs. Not everybody is built to play in New York. Not everybody has the mental makeup or the self-confidence to be their best in the bright lights. They can't handle criticism. They can't take pressure. That's why they leave New York and they go and be successful in other players. It's as simple as that. Because Daniel Jones showed us his rookie year. Daniel Jones showed us in a playoff game in Minnesota. Daniel Jones has always showed us he had the tools to be great. The reason why Daniel Jones never prospered in New York, Baddog, is because he didn't have the mental makeup to do it. He didn't have the self-confidence to do it. He couldn't take criticism. That was his problem. The fans broke him. He let the Danny fumbles, the Danny pennies. He let the New York media and the New York fan base kill his confidence. Because when that dude was on the Giants, he didn't throw a ball past 5 yards. And now you mean to tell me he's in Indiana breaking tackles, throwing the ball 20 yards down the field and shit? Get the fuck out of here, bro. No, I'm not going for that. And Baddog, you said something that triggered me. You said we didn't build around this kid. That's a freaking lie, bro. When we got Galladay, he was in his prime, fresh off multiple 1,000-yard seasons. Darren Waller was in his prime. Saquon Barkley has always been in his prime. Freaking what? Andrew Thomas, bona fide left tackle. We gave him plenty of help. Wan'Dale Robinson looks mighty good with Russell. At the end of the day, if Daniel Jones was that guy, and I didn't even bring up Malik Nabers last year. I didn't even bring that up. Malik Nabers didn't look good with Danny. At the end of the day, Baddog, the fact that anybody can say that the Giants did not build around Daniel Jones is a lie. We gave him more than enough help. We drafted Tony in the first round. I know Tony ended up being Tony, but we still tried. At the end of the day, to say that we didn't try to do for Daniel Jones, you're the 6th overall pick. You're the quarterback. You're supposed to elevate. Andrew Luck never had a line. He went to the AFC Championship game. Joe Burrow never had a line. He ended up in a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford never had a line in Detroit. He still threw for 5,000 yards. Can somebody explain to me how Daniel Jones, we didn't give Daniel Jones enough to throw 20 touchdowns a season?
Well, I'll look at it this way. Andrew Thomas and Saquon Barkley were hurt a lot. Barkley and Jones didn't really play on the same team a lot because at the same time. When they did, they went to the postseason. So, and Andrew Thomas was healthy that year too. Those guys were good. You got Malik Nabers his last year here, and Jones got hurt again. I don't think Jones was ever the same here after his neck injury. He had a neck injury, came back from that, tore his ACL. He just couldn't stay healthy. So, and the offensive line always sucked with Daniel Jones. It was outside of Andrew Thomas. This line was atrocious. Dude, they gave up 85 sacks in 2023. That's the second most in the history of the NFL. They couldn't protect him, which is what led to Joe Shane having to let Saquon Barkley walk and try to get some guys in here that could protect the quarterback, because he said even Mahomes couldn't do that. And you saw that when Mahomes isn't protected, no matter how good Mahomes is, if you can't protect him, he can't do shit. That's why the Niners killed him the Niners got killed in that Super Bowl because Kansas City's defense was all over him. And last year, the Eagles they got to Mahomes 7 times, not to mention how many pressures they got without, like you mentioned, without blitzing. So when the line folds, it's difficult for a quarterback to do anything. But I will agree with you, man. New York is a different animal. If you're not mentally tough, you'll never succeed here. I don't give a shit how talented you are at all. Daniel Jones couldn't do it. And my whole contention, like I just mentioned earlier, with Jones was mentally. He couldn't do it mentally. Physically, he's 6'5", he's 230. He's got a better than average arm. He's mobile. He can move around. He can run. I feel like he can throw in tight windows. Like, he has the physical gifts to be successful, which is why he's successful in Indiana. As you mentioned, some guys just can't perform here. They're great in other places. They come here and they suck. Now, I'm not going to let you bash A-Rod, though. We don't win the 2009 World Series without A-Rod. He had 6 homers and drove an 18-run in that postseason.
You're right. But what about
amazing. And he won 2 MVPs here. He was good here.
I'm talking about in the playoffs. No, you're right. That one year with A-Rod, we got one good player for A-Rod. What about
we won the World Series that year? So,
again, but general though.
Folded, he folded because, man, when you're a superstar and how New York is, you will put unrelenting pressure on yourself, and some guys don't handle that well. They just don't. So when they go to a place like Minnesota or they go to a place like Indianapolis where the media and the fan base aren't in your face, there's 150 media guys in your face in New York. There might be 10 in Indiana, So I agree. It does take a special mental toughness to play here. I think Dart has that. Anthony, my co-host on Giants Collective made a great comparison. He's kind of like Baker Mayfield with that attitude. And Baker Mayfield is a guy that isn't the most talented guy in the world, but he has moxie, toughness. He'll stand in there. He'll run over a linebacker.
He would have thrived here.
He's just got guts. He's got heart. And I feel like Jaxson Dart has that stuff. And if Jaxson Dart has what I think he has, I definitely think he could be successful here. I definitely do. I still worry about the play calling though, Fisk. I'm just not. I'm off the Dable train right now. Until they show me that they can win games, Fisk, score in the red zone on a consistent basis, and not score. They scored 1 touchdown in 8 quarters outside of the Dallas game. They averaged 15 points a game last year, and they've been the worst offensive team in the league for 8 years. So until they show me that they can score, man, I can't get on board with this. He's got to turn my opinion around.
I'm going to throw Dable a bone. I'm going to throw him a bone. All right. This is why I'm going to throw Dable a bone, right? Sherman didn't win a playoff game with Daniel Jones. Joe Judge didn't win a playoff game with Daniel Jones. Dable, y'all can say what you want about Dable. He got the best out of Daniel Jones and won a playoff game with him. All right. Then he got the best out of the reason we don't have Jaden Daniels or Drake May is because he coached the hell out of DeVito and we had a month of winning for no reason. Don't forget that happened.
Well, don't forget the Giants turned their opponents over 12 times in those 3 games too, and that was a big reason why we beat the Patriots 10-7 because they missed a field goal at the end of regulation. It's not like DeVito had a really good game against Washington, and he played well against Green Bay. The Green Bay game was his best game, but we turned Washington over 6 times in that game. So I don't know how much it was the veto and how much it was the defense. But
the thing is,
that's why I gave Dable a longer leash. I was out on Shermer. I never wanted Shermer anyway. I was out on
Betcher. I wasn't out on Shermer. I was out on Betcher. They should just fire Betcher.
Betcher sucked.
Betcher was terrible.
I've been more patient with Dable than any coach in recent years because of that playoff win. But in year 4, man, we're 0-3 again. I just, like I said, he's got to change my opinion because right now I'm down on him.
See, but the thing is, right? I'm tired of blaming coaches. It's like Boone. Everybody wants to blame Aaron. No, don't blame Boone. Judge, hold on to the fucking ball. Hey, Garrett Cole, run the first base. You can't blame coaches and managers for everything. We just fired Tibbs. What the hell do we fire Tibbs for? Hey,
should never fire Tibbs. They should.
The guy.
They got no excuse this year, man. There's no Halliburton. There's no Tatum. The Knicks bench is incredibly deep. They got to go to the finals this year.
Yes.
It's a failure if they don't reach the finals.
And that's my point. I'm tired of everybody blaming coaches and managers. I want my players to execute. How about Daniel Jones ain't here no more, but at the end of Baddog, at the end of the day, bro, if your quarterback is that guy, it don't matter who the head coach is. Andrew Luck, Pagano was terrible. Zach Taylor in Cincinnati is terrible. Harbaugh was about to get fired until Lamar Jackson came. Coaching staffs are a little overrated. When you have great players who actually play like they're great, they make coaching staffs look real good. A lot of coaches in a lot of sports get contract extensions because a quarterback or a star NBA player like a la Jalen Brunson, they save a coach and they get them years. Am I right or wrong, Baddog?
But what's one thing they all have in common that you just mentioned? All those coaches, no Super Bowls, right? The best coaches win Super Bowls.
But look at
Andy
Belichick
Reid.
without
Andy
Brady.
Reid is a great coach. I will say this though, when you have a great team, like a great team, I don't think coaching matters that much. Barry Switzer in '95, man, I could have coached the Cowboys to a championship. The Eagles last year, myself, anyone in that chat could have coached that team to a damn championship. They're just overrun with talent.
Yes.
I do think coaching's important.
Nick
But you're right.
Sirianni, that's a
But
good point.
yeah,
He's terrible, bad dog. Nick Sirianni's
I agree. Like I'm saying, I agree. It goes 50-50. The thing is, you can't get rid of all your players. So the easy thing to do is get rid of the coach. That's really what it boils down to. You know what I mean?
I agree, but I just think at the end of the day, just like Tibbs with the Knicks, Tibbs ain't taking them jump shots. Dable's not throwing that ball. If Daniel Jones,
Tibbs is the most successful coach the Knicks have had here since Van Gundy.
Exactly.
He should have got fired.
And my thing with Aaron Boone is, I don't get mad at Aaron Boone because, bro, he just does what Cashman tells him to. But the thing with Boone is in baseball is like, bro, Aaron Judge, you're the MVP. Play like it in the playoffs. Stanton becomes it's crazy.
Stanton is my guy. I freaking love Big G,
Yes.
man. That's my deal. That's my guy.
Turns into Babe Ruth every October. I'm like, damn, Judge, why you can't do that? So
this year,
I just get tired of the Dable hate. I'm not saying Dable is great, but all I'm saying is if our quarterback is worth a damn. For example, right? Okay, bad dog. Today is September 26th, right?
Yep.
I'm holding all Giants fans accountable. Y'all are shitting on Dable. You hate Mike Kafka. Everybody shitting on the Giants. Everybody leaves the Giants. It gets better, whatever, right? If this dude, Jaxson Dart, comes in here and starts balling, I don't want to hear shit. Y'all remember, you hate the coaching staff. I want all Giants fans to remember this. Y'all hate the coaching staff. They suck, right? Y'all hate Mike Kafka. He sucks, right? If Jaxson Dart comes in here and starts balling, in the same office that Danny sucked in the same office that Russell Wilson, I don't know what the fuck he was doing on last Sunday. I don't know what
I don't know what he was doing here. He played bad Sunday.
If Jaxson Dart come in here and start balling, I don't want to hear nothing about the coaching staff because I personally think coaching's overrated. Belichick has proven that, but coaching's overrated. The dude Tom Brady said, "Oh, I can't win without Belichick. I'm gonna go take a lifelong loser." Okay, and Bruce Arians ain't never won a damn thing. I'm gonna go to Tampa. I'm gonna win them a Super Bowl. Hey, John Fox, who's been ass in Chicago and Carolina forever, you come to Denver. I'm Peyton Manning. I'm gonna get you a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. How good does Sean Payton look without Drew Brees?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Denver's not awful. I mean, Bo Nix is pretty good. Bo Nix is better than I thought he would be.
How good is Mike Tomlin, Mr. 8-8 Black Jason Gary himself without Ben Roethlisberger?
Man, listen, man, you can't win one every year, but I would take Tomlin here in a heartbeat. I would take Mike Tomlin.
I wouldn't, because he's 8-8. If he ain't got a quarterback, he's Mr. 8-8 without a quarterback.
You got one now, though, right? Jaxson Dart, man.
I hope he got one. I hope he's that guy.
I just, like I said, I gave Dable 3 years, and they just look the same. I guess my thing is Fisk. Yeah, they can't tackle and shit. There's nothing Dable can do about that. But man, it's the way they don't look prepared a lot of times. Like Kansas City making the Giants burn a timeout on 4th and 2 when they ran the punt team out there, and then they took them off the field. The Giants weren't prepared. The 14 penalties against Dallas, like
that was embarrassing.
What are they doing? Like, what are they practicing? Are they missing tackles left and right? Like, what do they practice? What do they do at practice? Are they not practicing tackling? Are they not practicing these plays? Like, why is it look like they're so confused and unorganized during the game? That's on the coaching staff. When these guys aren't getting the line of scrimmage, they're false starting, their timing's off, they're miscommunications on routes. Like when Russell Wilson threw that interception against Dallas in overtime, looked like neighbors ran the wrong route. Things like that. And the interception Russ threw at the beginning of the year when or maybe it was in the preseason, when we saw, and it was the preseason, but like Collins ran out and Russ threw in. So this happens so often here, though. This wasn't just a Russell Wilson thing or a Daniel Jones thing. It seemed to happen every week, where they don't seem like they're prepared. Remember when he didn't freaking dress a kicker against Washington and Gano was hurt? I'm not blaming him for not trusting a kicker last week. I'm not blaming him for that.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But I mean, Dable's done a lot of shit.
Was crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. Washington was crazy. Last week, you can't predict your kicker.
No, I'm not blaming him for that. That
last year was bad though. Yeah, last year I agree. Last year was stupid. If you knew the kicker was hurt pregame, you supposed to dress. I agree with that. Last year was stupid. But this year, okay. All I'm saying is it's bad though. I'm not saying Dable's a saint. I'm not. All I'm saying is, bro, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Shane Bowen defense will look a lot better if y'all got to the quarterback faster.
Yeah.
Kafka's offense will look a lot better if the QBs were executed.
We're gonna see.
And it goes back to Saquon because Brandon H just said it's weird to hear me say anything good about Saquon. Okay, here's the thing, right? Because everybody bashes the Giants about, everybody who leaves it. Oh, can y'all hit the like button? It's 266 people in here. I need at least 100 likes in here. I ain't been live in so long. I forgot to badger y'all about the like button. But I forgot I was supposed to yell at y'all to hit the like button. I forgot. But okay, so I want to address something bad though. There's this notion that everybody who leaves the Giants gets better, right?
Seems that way.
That's a damn lie. Let me tell you why. Okay. Saquon was great when okay. The difference between Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley is this. Daniel Jones is a quarterback. He's supposed to literally deliver us from evil. When you get that guy a quarterback, what does Michael Lombardi call him? The great deodorant. When you have a great quarterback, he's the great deodorant. He makes everything that smells bad smell good. It's the quarterback's job to turn shit into sugar, right? That's his job, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Saquon, no shit, that guy's going to run for 2,000 yards behind the best offensive line on the planet. And A.J. Brown and Devontae and a read option monster like Jalen Hurts, right? No shit, Saquon's going to go from being a great runner back in New York to being some historically great guy when you put him behind it. No shit, he's a runner back, right? If you could take any top 5 to 7 runner back in the league, and they could replicate what Saquon Barkley did. But that offensive line in Philly is so great. A.J. Brown is so great. Jalen Hurts is so dominant as a running quarterback. Put Derrick Henry over there. Put Josh Jacobs over there. Put McCaffrey over there. Put any of these top 5 to 7 running backs in Philly. They're going to do what Saquon did. So the notion that Saquon Barkley got better when he left the Giants is a lie. He's still the same Saquon Barkley. He's just not running behind our trash-ass line no more. That's the only difference. All right, so if you want to say the Giants didn't build around Saquon, I'll give you that. But when it comes to a quarterback, he's supposed to make us look better. I'm sorry. No, you're the quarterback. That's why you get paid $50, $60 million, period. And as far as Xavier McKinney goes, he was fine when he was a Giant. The guy was ass for us. What are we talking about? This notion that McKinney got better when he went to Green Bay. No, McKinney didn't get better when he went to Green Bay. McKinney's playing on the team that has the lead, bad dog. When's the last time the Giants had a lead and allowed McKinney to lurk balls and shit?
Right, but doesn't that speak to the fact that they get better when they leave this shit ass organization?
Yeah, they go to better teams. It's not that they become better. It's not like all right. This is what I'm trying to say. Because one of my best friends, Anthony, he may or may not be listening. He's an Eagle fan, right? And I have to check him every now and again because he calls the Giants a poverty franchise, right? And some of y'all might be too young. Me and Bad Dog, we're a little old. I'm 36. He's 50. So we remember not too long ago, the Giants, we get a Super Bowl every decade. The Giants had never trashed for an extended period of time. Hell, we did just win a playoff game 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
So what I'm getting at is I don't like the fact that people talk about the Giants like we're the Lions or the Jaguars. We're not that. We had Eli Manning, who should be in the Hall of Fame, but we ain't going to get into that. We had Eli Manning, right? Okay? We won 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning. What's that? 2004 to 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
God forbid We got to find our next Eli Manning. How long have the Dolphins been looking for the next Marino?
A long time.
How long did it take the Bills to get Josh Allen after Jim Kelly retired?
Long time.
Yeah, bro.
They don't grow on trees, man. Franchise, unless they're Green Bay, they don't grow on trees.
Yes. Not everybody's going to be the Packers. Not everybody's going to be the Eagles and freaking just have Jalen Hurts waiting to replace Wentz. Not everybody's going to be like that. So the fact that the Giants are getting called some poverty franchise that don't know how to win, I think is bullshit, because we won in 2007. We won in 2011. Like, bro, we're not some, oh my gosh, we ain't won in 40 years. The Dolphins haven't won a playoff game since 2000. We're not that. And I just think that we're getting a bad rap. It's too much, bad dog. Y'all act like Brady would have like 10 rings if it weren't for us. Okay? Yep. So stop acting like we don't know how to win. We know how to win. John Mara knows what winning looks like. It's not like we're the Cowboys and ain't been to a title game in 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants franchise itself is definitely not poverty. I mean, they're one of the greatest franchises ever. Okay. They're the only team to win a Super Bowl in 4 consecutive decades. There's only a couple teams with more Super Bowl championships than the Giants. And, the Giants have some of the greatest players in the history of the NFL. So they're not a poverty franchise, but the last 8 years, they have been the worst franchise in football. They have lost more games than any team since the beginning of the 2017 season. And with it being the social media era, and like you mentioned, a lot of young people on social media, and all they know is losing, whether you're a Giants fan or an Eagles fan or a Cowboy, whatever you are. If you're, in high school, if you're 18, if you're 19 years old, or you're younger than that, all you know is the Giants suck, because they've really sucked since 2013. They've been really bad. They've been to the playoffs twice. They've won 1 playoff game in 12 years. So the last decade has been extremely difficult. But to say they're a poverty franchise, going over the top, they're not a poverty franchise. They've had a poverty decade, but this franchise is still. This is why I still love the Giants, dude. This is why I get so mad. Like, people are like, oh, calm down, bad dog, calm down. No, fuck that. I ain't going to calm down. I love this team, and I've been a fan of this team for 43 years, and I know what winning feels like. I saw Lawrence Taylor play, man. I saw Michael Strahan play. I saw Eli. I saw Sims. I saw Bavaro. I saw Carl Banks. I saw 4 Super Bowl championships. I know what it feels like to win. I know how good this franchise was from 1984 to 2011. They played in 5 Super Bowls in 27 years. They were in the playoffs like 13 times. They won a bunch of division titles. The last 10 years have been incredibly frustrating. So when all these younger guys know is losing, that's what they think. A lot of guys don't go back and look at the history of the franchise. And maybe they don't even want to know the history, because they just want to see some winning football. And I feel bad I say it all the time on my channel. I feel bad for the young generation, for this generation that's Giants fans that hasn't seen them do it except for lose. It has to be incredibly frustrating for them. I really want them to turn this around, man. I do that damn NFC East Super Friends thing twice a month, and I got to sit there and listen to fucking Brunson bragging about the Eagles, and now Washington's good. I got to listen to Louis T's ass, and the Cowboys suck, but they still beat us. We ain't beat Dak in 8 years. I got to listen to that shit. So I'm always taking a beating every which way, and yet I still fucking get my ass up. I still drag my ass to these streams. I still show up on Twitter. I still show up on YouTube. I take my damn lumps, Fisk, but I'm old, bro, and that shit hurts. And I'm sick of getting beat down. I want this team to fucking win. And I'm just as frustrated as anybody else, brother. I just want to see winning football back in New York. That's all I want. I don't care if it's Dart. I don't care if it's Dable. I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is. I don't care who the coach is. I just want to win, dude. I just want to win football games.
Listen, bad though. You tell that dirty little Cowboy fan you be streaming with that 90% of his audience wasn't alive the last time they went to a title game.
Law's a great guy, man.
I know he's a cool dude. I'm just saying, like,
I let him know. I always let him know. He's a good spirits about it. I let him know. Fisk, last time they won, bro, I wasn't even old enough to legally drink. I'm 50 years old now. Just let that sink in.
Bro, I'm 36. I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't take no slander from dirty Cowboy fans because I'm like, bro, most of my audience is from ages like 21 to 40.
Yeah.
That means most of your audience is probably the same thing. None of them seen your team prosper.
My audience is actually a little older. They're like between 25 and 54. That seems to be the core group of people in my audience. 25 to 54, like that age range.
Now, speaking of 25 to 54, I gotta ask you, right? How do you feel, real quick? Shout out to Rosario. He says one more thing: the Vikings will go to the NFC. No, they're not. Relax. McCarthy looks like ass.
Well, McCarthy's hurt too. He's out for a while.
Good, because he's ass. They'll be better off with Wentz.
I was never a fan of him either, honestly.
Yeah, he's ass. Shout out to Brandon. Can Russell Wilson get on it? Yeah, Russell Wilson. Somebody. If we're probably gonna cut him, but he'll probably end up on the Bengals or probably the Bengals because the Bengals want to win, and Browning ain't it.
Right.
I don't think the Saints will trade for him because I low key think the Saints are trying to tank, so I don't think they'll trade for him.
Yeah, they just drafted Tyler Shuck. I don't think they're looking for.
They're not trying to win at all in New Orleans. Shout out to Jax on YouTube. Remember, supporting Big Fisk is supporting small businesses. He says, Fisk unit, we fire. And remember, we the wolf pack now too. I haven't gotten that content yet, but when I relaunched the mental health channel, we moving like the wolf pack. So we did a little bit of rebranding. But Baddog.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I gotta ask you. Because I said this like what 7 years ago when Jordan Ranning called us out. Like 7 years ago. I remember Jordan Ranning said something.
It was 2021. I remember.
Yeah. So my whole thing is this, because I hate when these beat reporters get on their high horse. All right. And this is not all beat reporters, because I rock with some of y'all. Shout out to Chris Bizzett, Nano, Jerry Foley. They had me on the Giants Insider podcast like a season or two ago. I really love them. So this don't apply to all beat reporters. But some beat reporters in all sports, not just the Giants. I'm just saying beat reporters in general. Okay. Y'all not special. Okay. When YouTubers were special. You know how hard it is to get a subscriber on YouTube? You know how hard it is to get a view on YouTube? Okay. The only reason why y'all have jobs and platforms is because you work for ESPN or you work for some newspaper company, whatever the fuck, and you get media credentials. If they gave a Baddog or a Fist Vegas a media credential, y'all will become obsolete.
We wouldn't have our job long.
Yeah, that too. But that too. But this whole notion, Baddog, that y'all not around the players, y'all not at the facility, y'all don't really know what you're talking about. Yo, I hate when they say that. I can't stand when they try to downplay what we do on YouTube as far as delivering content to the people, as we're just fans and we're not qualified to give an opinion on the team. I'm like, first of all, respect the Carl Banks, one of the greatest Giants of all time, right? I respect the Carl Banks. But outside of Carl Banks being allowed at the facility because he's Carl fucking Banks, he's not seeing a damn thing that we ain't seeing from our television or the all 22 footage. Okay? Besides you beat reporters getting exclusive interviews or whatever the hell with players, y'all not getting no insider information that we not getting that we can't report on YouTube. It's 2025. We all got the same access for the most part. Now it's about who delivers the content the best. Am I right or wrong?
The way I look at it is this. It's funny because this is the way I look at it. Ryan Dunleavy, he's a pussy. He blocked me. He blocked me because he was talking about how the Giants are stupid. He glazes Saquon all the time. Fuck Saquon. He's an Eagle. I don't give a fuck what he did here. Fuck him. He's on Eagles. Fuck Saquon. Okay.
Oh, y'all gonna call Baddog a hater too? Because y'all call me a hater for hating Saquon. See,
I get called a hater all the time. I don't give a shit. I fuck the Eagles. They ain't even Saquon. It's a damn jersey, right? So he said something about Saquon, and I said, how many games did the Giants win with Saquon's here? And then he retweets and he goes, this is the dumbest shit. How many games do they win with Andrew Thomas? How many games do they win with Brian Burns? And it's not. Number one, I said, well, pretty much I was just like, it's a bad comparison. I'm like, Saquon's a running back. That positional value is not like a left tackle. Andrew Thomas is way more important than a Saquon Barkley is. It's a luxury position. I said, I would expect somebody in your position to know it. He blocked me. He blocked me. And then somebody says, everybody, even people that didn't follow me on Twitter said, oh, that's a bad look. You blocked him. He's like, I block people that are nasty to me. And so many people are like, I didn't see him be nasty to you. You were nasty to him. Then when I retweeted that he blocked me, then I was bad dog. I said, you think I'm nasty? You ain't seen me nasty, motherfucker, because I'll be really nasty. He blocked me. Josina Anderson, but I didn't say nothing bad to these people.
She blocked you too?
She blocked me. I've been blocked by a number of beat writers, and you know why?
Oh, shit.
You know why, Fisk? I'm going to tell you why they block us. Ready? This is fact. Because like you said, they went to school for journalism. They got these jobs, this and that. Well, now, 20 years ago, they didn't have any competition like this. Now they have guys like me, like you, like Bobby Skinner, like Chris, like Anthony, like there's a shitload, like David Online Big Blue. There's a shitload of content creators that will give you an opinion that have watched football for years. No, we don't have journalism credentials, but we're fans. We understand the game. We watched it for a long time. And when you make a point that makes them look bad, they don't like that. They don't like when somebody who's just a content guy shows them up and shows that they know just as much, if not more than them. It hurts their ego. And they go, oh shit, this guy might take my clicks. What's going to happen to me if they say, oh, fuck Ryan Dunleavy, Baddog's got a good point. I'm going to go follow Baddog. I'm not going to follow Ryan Dunleavy anymore. So they eliminate that competition by blocking them or by downgrading them and downplaying what we do. I've never said I was anything but a fan. I don't want to be an analyst. I don't want to be on ESPN. I don't want to break down film. Fuck that. I'm me, dude. That's it. I'm just me. I'm just a fan. I'm an idiot with a camera. I scream into the camera once a week after the Giants lose. That's what I do. But I love this team. I'm passionate about this team. And no, while I don't interview players and I'm not in the locker room and I've never coached and I've never played at that level, I know football. And then kiss my ass if they don't like it. And I'm not going to fucking apologize for shit. This is why Bleacher Report now, man, I'm rough. And I don't care, dude. I just don't care. So let them downgrade us. It's because they're threatened by us. And that's just a fact. It's a fact. They're threatened by social media. The fact that guys like us have platforms that we can get our opinion out there, and our opinion is just as valid as theirs. And they don't like that. That's my take on that shit.
And the church says amen, by the way. The church says amen to that Bad Dog rant. We just got a classic Bad Dog rant on the Fish Vicious channel. But the thing too bad, and I was happy that Bobby Skinner didn't back down because, like,
he didn't.
I rock with Bobby Skinner, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like I said, he's the only YouTuber that I'll watch a film breakdown for. And I hate these films. Oh, by the way, during the draft, too many film breakdowns. Y'all don't, bro. Some of y'all suck at breaking down film. Just stop. I was getting triggered by the film breakdown during the draft. But the thing is this, though, right? I like Bobby Skinner's breakdowns. And I'm sitting here like, when Papo started shitting on Skinner, I was like, oh, it looked weird because Carl Banks looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, he did.
And because I feel like Carl Banks kind of rock with the community a little bit, because
Carl does rock with the community. He does. Yeah. Even when people hate on him, man, he's always very gracious in responding to this. I think Carl takes a lot of unwarranted hate, but Carl works with the Giants. Carl can't say the things that he might think them, but he can't come out and say them because he just can't. That's what makes a content creator what we are. We don't need to be filtered, Fisk. We don't need to be unbiased. We can just say it how it is in our own colorful language. That's what makes us entertaining. That's what makes us unique. That's the difference between us and them.
Yes, and we built our base from scratch. We didn't just
correct.
ESPN didn't just hand it to us, which is why a lot of them can't come on YouTube and get a click because it's not YouTube is. I don't know how to say this, but like when you come on YouTube, you're either trying to be entertained or you're trying to be informed. So you're either going to subscribe to somebody because they're entertaining you and you genuinely like them, or you're going to go to something that's informative. right? Like somebody who's literally just reporting the news or teach you how to do something, right or wrong.
Right.
So when a Baddog or a Fisk or a Bobby Skinner, when they give their breakdowns, the fans of the Giants, they're coming to us because we're not only entertaining them, but they rock with us, right?
Yeah.
They're not rocking with the guy who just went to journalism school, got hired by ESPN or Bleacher Report or whatever, and they're just giving you information. So it's a different kind of bond. So 15, 20 years ago, the only opinions that they had, like you said, Baddog, was what they would get from a Bleacher Report or ESPN. They had no bond with that individual other than the fact that they were just receiving the information from you. You know what I'm saying? But on YouTube, Baddog is live, what, 4 nights out of the week?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
You know, when I was doing
maybe 5, but that, if you count the show that I do, I probably am live 5 nights a week.
Yeah, so it's like you have an opportunity, and we're in our comment sections. Like, so you have an opportunity to grow with us. You connect with your YouTuber. You don't connect with your beat reporter that often.
Correct.
So when Papa throws Skinner under the bus and just tries to like diminish him, he's gonna get smoked, not just from Bobby Skinner, but all those Giants fans who listen to him more than listen to you.
True.
So you can't just little boy us, you know what I'm saying, and just throw us away like we're nothing. Like when the Jordan Rainer came at you about doing a video on his news or whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't at me. It was just he was saying content creators were stealing their stuff and using it as their own. I'm like, come on, man. Don't be an idiot. We give our opinion on what you say. We're not stealing your shit.
Yeah, we can't steal public information, bro.
Right.
Like, what are we talking? If Brian Dable says the sky is blue, and you report that Brian Dable said the sky is blue, bro, that's public information. How we steal that?
Exactly.
Like what are we talking about? So, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like at the end of the day, there needs to be a happy medium between people who are quote unquote at the facility, hanging with the players and all that shit, and the content creators like us who give unfiltered content because that's what they want. They want unfiltered content. They don't want content that's being filtered by a company,
right?
Being watered down by a company. I'm drawing a blank, but what is that called, Baddog? When it's controlled media, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just what it is. They have it's whatever. I forgot what it's called, but it's just they can't be censored. Like there's no censorship for us. We say whatever the hell we want to. We ain't gotta worry about it. We ain't gotta worry about it. This is our, like you said, the YouTube channel is a business. We're the owners of that business. We can run the business however the hell we want to.
Exactly.
They have to answer to somebody. We don't.
And that's why the fans rock with us more than they rock with them, because we speak more for the fans than they do. They speak for the companies.
There you go. That's a great way to put it.
And so I know, Baddog, you have another obligation.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming by the channel, man.
I appreciate you having me. We'll do this again soon, Fisk, when I got some more time for sure. Because you and I got to chop it up more. Because if there's anybody that's as hard on this damn team as me, it's you.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because I'm like, yo, like people saying I'm taking it easy. Oh, by the way, Baddog, one more thing before you go. I need just one more thing. Okay. They saying I switched up on Daniel Jones, right?
Yep.
Baddog, if I switched up, I want you to tell me, right? All I did with Daniel Jones was hold him accountable. That guy won a playoff game throwing the practice squad receivers, took $40 million and proceeded to throw like 17 touchdowns in 2 seasons. Did I switch up on Daniel Jones or did I hold him accountable? Tell the people.
That's it. I get the same thing. You held him accountable. I always tell the story, dude. I did a video on Daniel Jones once, and in the comment section on the same video, I had a guy tell me, "You're just a Daniel Jones lover. You defend Daniel Jones." And another person tell me, "You're just a fucking hater. You've always hated Daniel Jones." That tells you that I just hold him accountable, and I'm unbiased in my opinion. I'm like, those 2 comments that were completely opposite one another told me I'm doing my job right.
Thank you. That's all I did. I held him accountable.
Yep, I agree.
All I did. And
I
they
saw
said,
that. I saw that video, so I rocked with it. I saw it.
yeah, and lastly, Bad Dog, we're gonna end it. I'm gonna answer y'all super chats. We're gonna end this on this, right? Bad Dog, am I crazy or do they hate New York so much that they love Daniel Jones now? When we won 9 games, nobody gave a damn. He
I
wins
agree.
3 games in Indy, he's an MVP.
I
Can you
agree.
make
I
sense?
agree. Yeah, it's crazy.
They hate us that much, and they about to give Kyle Riley that MVP over
No,
freaking
don't get me
Aaron
started on that. That's for the next stream.
Judge.
That's for the
They
next
hate
stream.
us, bro.
They are. They are.
But thank you, Bad Dog. I appreciate you coming through, man.
Thanks for having me, Fisk. Like I said, we'll talk. We'll do it again soon.
Yeah, man. Ain't no problem. Hey, be safe out here.
All right, you too, brother. Be good. Later, chat. Take care. Peace.
Peace. All right, that was Bad Dog. Shout out to Bad Dog for coming through, man. I'm gonna answer y'all super chats and then I'm gonna head on up out of here myself because I gotta go to bed. All right, I gotta get up at 3 in the morning to head to the gym. So if I could fall asleep by 10 in the morning, I might be able to get me. If I can fall asleep within the next hour, then I can probably like get a good solid 4.5 hours of sleep before I go to the gym tonight. So shout out to my man Nino Raw. He says, bring back the firing range. 6 + 1 = 7. Start the dart. I actually recorded a Daniel Jones firing range, but I never dropped it. So, true story, right? I recorded the Daniel Jones firing range over the summer, and I was supposed to put it out, and but I was gonna use it as promo for my mental health channel. I'm relaunching that channel. Like I got like 60 videos in the tank that I've been recording for that channel. I mean, it's already up. There's videos on the channel, obviously, but I'm relaunching it the way it was supposed to be relaunched. Because if you remember last year, I got butchered, so I couldn't really talk, which is one of the reasons why the Giants outside of podcast no longer exist because of what that dentist did to me last year. I couldn't really talk for like 6 months. But anyway, the point is, I have a Daniel Jones firing range video on my unlisted right now. I just never dropped it because my mental health channel wasn't ready. I was going to use it as promo for the mental health channel. But so because I wasn't ready to launch the mental health channel, I didn't drop the firing range. So, but yeah, I technically lined Daniel Jones up already. Just ain't dropped the video. I also lined up Michael Strahan and didn't drop that video either because I did not appreciate Michael Strahan waving that eagle flag during the Super Bowl. Definitely gave Michael Strahan that smoke. So my bad, y'all. I got like 8 videos that I did not drop, and like 4 of them are firing ranges. I just ain't dropping. But yo, you know what? My unlisted. If I could just, I should one day I should upload all the videos that I just never dropped. One day I should do that, bro. It's already up. T2, the original Fist Vicious channel is my mental health channel. It's already up. I just never got a chance to do some of the content that I wanted to do because remember, but I got butchered. So it was like I couldn't really talk. I had a hole in my face for like 10 months. I couldn't really talk. So at the end of the day, I never got a chance to do the kind of content on that channel that I wanted to do. I just didn't get a chance to do it. But now I'm getting a chance to do that. And I can relaunch the channel the way I wanted, the way I originally intended it for it to be. But shout out to Davey. Davey says, do you think if we lose a few more games, is Dave's out? It seems like Dave will operating against Shane and Mara. No, listen, here's the deal. Dable hasn't lost the locker room. I know Dexter Lawrence, little crying ass, is making a fuss, but for the most part, Dable hasn't lost the locker room. The reason why they fired Shermer is because not Shermer, McAdoo. The reason why McAdoo got fired is because he lost the locker room. Dable hasn't lost the locker room. John Mara will let him finish the season and then he'll fire him like he did Joe Judge. He's not. Merrill won't fire Dable in the middle of the season, especially since, well, I don't know. Mike Kafka, give Mike Kafka like 7, 8 games as the interim head coach. See what Mike Kafka looked like as a head coach. Because Mike Kafka was supposed to go to Seattle and hire Wink Martindale. Listen, hey yo, chat. If y'all still in here, would y'all have ever had Dable and Bowen or Kafka and Wink? I ain't gonna lie to you. If we elevated Kafka to head coach and he brought back Wink Martindale, that don't sound too bad to me. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That don't sound too bad to me. Shout out to Tekken is my world. What up, Tekken? It's been a minute, baby. What up? What up? What up? What up? Supporting big fiscus, supporting small businesses. You damn right. Oh man, I was supposed to say something about Tekken. Ah, shit. So I got a PS5 finally. I'm definitely thinking about playing me some Tekken. Yeah, definitely. I got a PS5 finally. I've had Xbox One or whatever the fuck it is for like a man long, but I finally got a PS5. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon says, hold on, remember, supporting Big Fisk is supporting small businesses. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon says, Giants fans crying is so entertaining. Please never stop losing. Bro, you a Chiefs fan. Worry about your sorry ass offense. I'm sorry. Your offense is garbage. The Chiefs offense is garbage. Mahomes don't look too good without Tyreek Hill. I don't care he won 2 Super Bowls without Tyreek Hill. That offense been ass ever since Tyreek left. Ever since Kelsey forgot how to run, ever since Tyreek Hill went to Miami, that offense been ass. I don't give a damn what y'all say. That Chiefs offense has been ass ever since Tyreek left. You know what I'm saying? So, like, y'all do what y'all want with that. But that dude offense been shred ass. Mahomes' numbers have gone down every year since Tyreek went to Miami. So this whole notion that Mahomes is this and Mahomes is that, fam, Peyton Manning numbers ain't never go down, no matter who was out there. Tom Brady numbers ain't never go down, no matter who was out there. Drew Brees numbers ain't never go down, no matter who was out. Drew Brees was throwing 5,000 yards a year to Lance Moore and Robert Meacham. Some of y'all not even old enough to remember who Lance Moore and Robert Meacham and Devery Henderson are. Marcus Colston was Mr. Irrelevant. All right, so I ain't trying to hear that. Peyton Manning, bro, he went to Denver and threw the freaking Demarius and Decker. I'm not trying to hear it. Tom Brady, don't even get me started on the little 5'10" white boys. Tom Brady was throwing 40 touchdowns and 5,000 yards throughout his career. I don't want to hear that shit. So it's like this whole notion that Mahomes is some top 5 all-time quarterback, fam. He ain't doing shit without Tyreek. He not. We gotta call it what it is. He's not looked good without Tyreek Hill. Y'all do what y'all want to do with that. But until he gets some weapons, he ain't, I don't know. But do I got anything else to say to y'all while I'm live with y'all? Josh Allen is the best quarterback on the planet, absolutely. What up, RJ? What's good, fam? RJ, yo, Knicks. I'm kind of scared of the Magic, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. The Magic looks scary with Desmond Bane, and the Pistons is gonna be a problem. I'm just letting y'all know. The Knicks, the East goes through the Knicks, but I am worried about the Pistons and I am worried about the Magic. I don't give a damn about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Second round Mitchell is not a concern to me. Also, Yankees. Did we take the lead versus Baltimore? I could have sworn we took the lead back. Let me see. Yeah, Yankees up 7-4. Toronto took the lead. Cleveland's losing. Okay, so they're about to rob Aaron Judge of the MVP because Kyle Rowley is a cute story. So they're about to rob Judge of the MVP, and I'm gonna be mad about it. And at the end of the day, like, you can't lead. You can't lead the league in everything except for home runs and not be the MVP. It's like they find ways to hate on the Yankees. Remember the Altuve thing? Didn't Altuve rob Aaron Judge of an MVP too? Because they said Altuve batting average was like they would talk about Altuve batting average or something like that, and Aaron Judge batting average wasn't good enough or something like that. And now you fast forward to 2025, and Aaron Judge is damn near batted 400 the whole season, and now batting average don't matter. Like they find ways to hate on New York, man. It's kind of like Daniel Jones. Indiana Jones. You got Darren Orlovsky on TV talking about some Daniel Jones is the MVP. Y'all called me crazy for this shit years ago. When I was saying this shit years ago, y'all laughed at me. When I said Daniel Jones was an MVP, Daniel Jones is top 5. When I said all these things about Daniel Jones, y'all laughed at me. Oh, Fisk don't know nothing about football. Daniel Jones' team is paying Fisk. Like, come on, bro. Yo, I can't believe I turn on Twitter. I can't believe I turn on Instagram. I turn on YouTube, and I see people saying things about Daniel Jones that I used to get laughed at about. It's a crazy world where Daniel Jones is being defended on social media. Like, yo, it's crazy to me that people are saying the same things that I said about Daniel Jones for years. They're saying that about him in Indiana. And it bothers me that they're saying that about him in Indiana, because when he was in New York, nobody said these things. And I guess what I'm trying to say is New York is what Philadelphia wants to be. You know how the Eagle fans and the Sixer fans and everything, all they do is talk about nobody likes us, we're the underdog, everybody hates us. Well, I got news for y'all. New York is where the smoke is at. The world hates us. You see this, you see the shit that happened because of Halliburton. Remember when we jumped the Halliburton fan? Remember when we threw trash at Brian Windhorst and the whole world acted like we were the scum of the earth? We're what Philadelphia want to be. We're the bad guys of sports. We're the villains of sports. If New York didn't exist, y'all wouldn't have anybody to hate. They hate the Knicks. They hate the Yankees. They hate the Giants. Nobody gives a fuck about the Jets, but they hate us. They hate us, bro. And it's so, they don't even hide it no more. They don't even hide this shit no more. Like, this Daniel Jones love affair is the final straw. Daniel Jones going all the way to the cornfields in Indiana and becoming the most liked person in the NFL was never on my bingo card. That's a prophecy that I didn't see. Like, it still is wild to me that the guy that was laughed at for getting drafted 6, the guy who's like 1-15 in primetime games, that guy is the MVP frontrunner because he beat the Titans and the Dolphins. Yeah, and was supposed to lose to the Broncos if it wasn't for what did they say? Leverage. How did he beat the Broncos again? Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good, bro. Yo, what do they call it? Knicks for clicks? Is just the way they hate New York is disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm telling you, if Aaron Judge or Jalen Brunson was on a different team, fam, they would be like first ballot front runner Hall of it. The world would love them. But because one is a Yankee, one is a Knick, everybody hates him. And if Jaxson Dart is good, they're gonna hate Jaxson Dart too. They're gonna hate Jaxson Dart too, fam. If the minute he start balling because he's balling for the Giants, they're gonna hate him. Watch. But I ain't really got nothing else to say. RJ, I'm not scared of the Lakers. I'll text you about that tomorrow, something like that. I ain't think about the Lakers, bro. I'm not. LeBron is damn near a grandpa, and Luka Doncic is no. I'm not scared of the Lakers. But yeah, fellas, y'all can the mental health content is coming in November. So y'all stay tuned for that. I mean, y'all can go subscribe to the channel now. It's the Fish Vicious channel is still up. I just ain't uploaded on it in a year, but yeah, the mental health content is coming. Stay tuned, and I'll see y'all for the game. I might start doing well when I turn my camera on. I'm gonna be streaming more. When when I turn the camera on, I'm gonna be streaming more. Shout out to my boy Jay. My boy Jay is gonna be showing me how to work OBS labs or something like that. Because I'm not giving StreamYard $50. If StreamYard think they about to get $50 from me, they can suck a dick. I'm not giving StreamYard $50. They can kiss my ass. So I'll be on when I turn my camera back on, I'm gonna be on OBS and I'm gonna be streaming from that and whatnot. StreamYard ain't getting $50 from me. They can kiss my ass. But yeah, that's it, man. Y'all stay safe out here. I forgot my outro. Y'all be all right though. Yeah. Y'all stay safe. Hit that like button on y'all way out and have a safe weekend.